Good morning and welcome to USA News. Let's get into the major headlines. Stirring up controversy lately is the segregation of schools through de facto segregation. Segregation of schools was legally banned in 1954, but students are still continuing to be segregated because the schools that they go to are based off the neighborhoods they live in. Whites and blacks are separated in different communities, and that is problematic because it leads to more segregation. Combating inequality is through the practice of busing. Local governments order buses to take children from different districts and take them to schools to decrease segregation. Affirmative action has also been heavily advocated for recently. This is where African Americans are recruited for small jobs and opportunities for groups to help them find new skills and improve their situations.
The oil and natural gas that we rely on for 75% of our energy are simply running out. This is the greatest challenge that our country will face during our lifetime, likely to get progressively worse through the rest of this century. We must not be selfish or timid if we hope to have a decent world for our children and our grandchildren. By acting now, we can control our future instead of letting the future control us. Many of these proposals will be unpopular, that the alternative may be a national catastrophe. Our decision about energy will test the character of the American people. This difficult effort will be the moral equivalent of war, and it'll get worse every day until we act. And our nation's economic and political independence is becoming increasingly vulnerable. The world is not prepared for the future. Ours is the most wasteful nation on earth. We will constantly live in fear. If you will join me so that we can work together with patriotism and courage, we will again prove that our great nation can lead the world into an age of peace, independence, and freedom. Thank you very much.
Welcome back to USA News. Today we have more breaking news and the Soviet Union is invading Afghanistan. President Carter will be placing an embargo on a grand scale of the Soviets. The United States will also be boycotting the Summer Olympic Games set for Moscow in 1980. Needless to say, this does not bode well for detente. This is Jared from USA News.
Hello, I'm here with Richard Nixon to discuss the Watergate scandal, detente, and his recent trip to China.
Hi Sophie, I'm so excited to be here.
In your recent time as president, you've had several successes and shortcomings. Let's talk a little about your foreign policies when you were president. What inspired you to try the approach detente?
Well, one of my biggest goals as president was to achieve better relations with the Soviet Union. And although I am strongly against the idea of communism, it is important to be peaceful with every country. You see, the world has a lot of developing powers now. There's Japan, China, Western Europe. It's not just us and the Soviets anymore. The kind of aggressive competition that we've been having will only hold us back. I still want to contain communism, but we'll all be better off if we can coexist nicely.
Interesting. You mentioned China. Can you tell me about your visit there?
It was largely a successful trip. I don't approve of a communist government, but at this point it's largely impractical for the United States to be clinging to an exiled regime in Taiwan, when the way towards success and peace is by working to establish normal relations with the Chinese government in power right now. I lifted trade and travel restrictions and expressed these sentiments to my Chinese hosts in February of 1972. I believe the United States and China are on track for cooperation, and that this cooperation has motivated the Soviets to seek calmer relations as well.
Can you tell me why you and your administration attempted to cover up the involvement in the robbing and wiretapping of the Democratic National Committee headquarters?
I had worked hard to get the presidency and do a good job for my country. I guess along the way, I became secretive and defensive in order to protect myself. I lost perspective and was willing to do anything to win re-election. My advisors were the same.
What were you looking for when you broke into the Watergate headquarters?
Anything the Democrats had that could damage my campaign, or that I could use to damage theirs.
Did you find anything?
The police came before we were able to find anything.
How did you feel when lying to America saying the White House has no involvement, whatever, in this particular incident?
I didn't want to lie, but it was best for everyone involved, including me. I didn't think it was too late to save my reputation, and I thought I could still be a good president.
Okay, thank you for coming and answering my questions.
Thank you, Sophie.
Hello, people of Panama. This right here, Panama Canal. December 31st, 1999, we regained control due to Torrijos-Carter treaties. This here canal can take anything from small U-boats to big old freights, and the only thing is that the thing you have to pay, the toll, is based on your weight. Thank you.
Hello, this is Jennifer Jacobs reporting live from 3 Mile Island, just outside Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, where a shocking nuclear crisis has occurred. On March 28, 1979, one of the reactors overheated, allowing low levels of radiation to be released. Locals have been evacuated, and since many protests have been going rampant. However, the leak has been closed, and the reactor has been shut off. The area, according to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, is now safe, and to assure the public of this, President Carter will be making a visit very soon. Thank you. This is USA News, and have a great day.